So, sometimes I'll say one thing and I'll do another. At the end of my No True video I said, that's all the time I've got for recording anything for NextFest. But it's still June, it's still NextFest, and it is 1 AM on the 15th. I can't sleep, so I went searching through the NextFest demos just for kind of something to do, even though I technically have other things that I could be doing. And I thought, the one thing that I haven't really checked out is the Souls-like category. And I came upon this, Descensus, which is a isometric Souls-like with, I believe, a diesel punk setting, which is not super common. So I thought I would give it a go. Looks like we've got some character creation. Quite like the art style for that. We've got soldier, smuggler. Could do with some anti-aliasing. Do we have any anti-aliasing? Yes, we do. Interesting. Okay, that's fine. Survivor. Starts with a car. Oops. This is not the most easy menu to navigate, it has to be said. Normally I would, normally I play with the mouse and keyboard, but it highly recommends playing with the controller. So I'm going to do that. Our world is being destroyed. I see people losing their minds and their humanity. Everything that seemed unshakable crumbles into dust, and even the fabric of reality itself becomes thinner. The cause of the decline and the only hope for revival lies in the darkness of the rift. For 100 years now it has been waiting for a seeker who will be able to descend into its depths. Many have taken this path. Brave individuals and expedition members, military men and scientists, treasure seekers and servants of the faith. But they were all swallowed up by the abyss. None of them turned out to be worthy, and that scares me. After all, soon our world will perish, and we along with it. Is this really our fate? Oh, Aeonis, send us a seeker. Time starts now. So, we've got a big old HUD down at the bottom. A, learn. Light attack, R1. Special attack, R2. Seems responsive enough. Circle to roll. Smashy crate. Right on the D-pad to switch weapons. Left stick to reload. Okay, aiming is done with the movement key. Movement stick. So there's no independent right stick aiming. Use dodge roll. Got quite some range on that. Got limited ammo. Not super limited, though. Seems like there's a fair chunk of it. Volume seems quite low. See if we can do something about that. Slightly better. And that's turned up fairly high. Death phenomenon. Wireless interference. Hold B to run. Left bump to block. Right stick to focus on targets. So, yeah, pretty standard Souls-like controls. Look what the cat's dragged in. You don't look like a crash survivor. You look too normal for a non-survivor. So you're one of ours. Great. Otherwise there are no more hunters left for the fallen star. Okay. On the occasion of meeting you, I'll give you free advice. Walk less at night if you don't want to end up like previous losers. Okay, so she retains a symbol above her head, or NPCs, I suppose we could extrapolate, retain symbols above their head if they've got more things that they can say. Hi, friend. Okay, they can turn around quite quickly, so... no backstab. Could do with some hit animations. Thought that was worth a try. Grass is quite nice. Okay, there are backstabs. Do I have to... Yes, I have to sneak. Yeah, could do with a little bit more in terms of the hit animations for the enemy. It feels like our sword just kind of goes through them right now. An electric grenade? A shabby journal? Yeah, see how they don't really respond to our sword swings? That's, it's an issue in the sense that if it stays like that, that won't be very good. It won't feel very good. Be gone, monster. This is the land of the prophetess. Definitely wants us to make sure we've got enough ammo. Oh, you've got a gun as well. Yep, okay, that is in fact barbed wire. It looks like barbed wire. Chances are, if something looks like barbed wire, use a consumable, X or Y. Okay. Tips on managing things. Got a ladder. Ooh, that just snaps us to it, okay. Climb the roots. Probably block the shots, couldn't I? Yeah, I think so far my biggest critique is the use gadgets. Yeah, I think so far my biggest critique is that the combat feels a little bit weightless. Right, I'm assuming that's a healing potion. Ooh, the animation on that could do with a bit of work as well. Gravity emitter. Okay, that's our first gadget. Yeah, I mean, so far I can see the potential for... Okay, that was the gravity emitter. Yeah, I can see the potential for what this is going for, but it's going to need some work on the feel of the game. A landmine and a gate key. Let's check out the menus. So we've got electric grenades and landmines, consumables. Gravity emitter, which is a knockback of small targets in the area of effects. Does damage to balance and small damage to health, particularly effective near cliffs. Okay. Cleaver and shield. So that is a paired weapon. Interesting. It's a nice icon. Quite evocative. Without outright saying, this is this mystical thing. Hello. Bye. Yeah, so combat needs some work, but cryo trap. Ooh. Freezing things, you say? Demajen is a serious gamer with a serious laugh. Yeah, I like that. The environment is nicely realised. The character model is a little bit basic, admittedly. And I like the kind of potential for what they are going for here. Oh, hello. Oh, the guy with the pitchfork. Oh, there's a backstab. Okay, enemies are... Okay, the range boys are intelligent enough to get themselves into a position and chase you to somewhere that they can shoot you without getting too close, so that's nice. I was kind of expecting them just to be a bit turrety, if I'm honest, but they're not. Oh, I don't have enough energy. That was a lot of health wasted just to pull that off, if I'm honest. We don't have a jump button, so we have to kind of hope that we can clamber up little ledges. That looks like a bonfire, doesn't it? Nobody want to put any money on that being an actual bonfire for soulsy stuff, or... No. I was going to climb down that, but instead I shall just drop. Activate meteorite? It is a bonfire. If it looks like a bonfire, it's probably a bonfire. Find meteorites to all your questions. Activate the meteorite, open the meteorite menu, fully restores healing potions and ethereal extract, but enemies are respawned after death. I have played... Wow, there's a lot of stats. And it doesn't tell us what they do. So we've got vitality, which is health, endurance, which is stamina, focus, which is energy, strength is strength, dex is dex, resistance is interesting. So that's all about equipment weight and resistances. So I guess it's resistance to gravity to carry more stuff. Intellect seems to be for our gun, which is interesting. And Abyss is something to do with our Morphosis points, which hasn't been explained to us yet. So I'm going to put some points into those. Oh, there we go. We can get a an explanation. Okay, the gun's damage is pitiful. Wait, is it a shotgun? Yeah, compared to the sword, the gun's damage is pitiful, but to be fair, we have put points into strength. So, that probably has some kind of impact. I do not know why. Everything seems quite quiet. I keep walking through these barbed wires. Shepherd lamb sacrifice? Blessed anomaly. A fog gate. Ooh, that was a lot of damage. Okay. Death is not the thing you are looking for. It's true, it's not. Okay, so we've got enemies between us and the fog gate, which is not great. Huh? Okay, that hits hard. Didn't seem to get any iframes on that roll whatsoever. Out of heals. Ooh, the hitbox on that needs to be a lot better if you're going for a soulslike. Yeah, I don't know if we get any iframes at all on that dodge. Having enemies just between your boss and your fog gate is why am I? Does the cryo thing affect us as well? Because if it does, that makes it bloody worthless. Let's test this. It does. Okay, that's useless then, frankly. So unequip that. No, can't. Yes, that feels very silly indeed. No. These hitboxes feel awful. The hitboxes feel bad, and the combat actually does not feel very good. I can see what they're going for. Look how much damage a single shot does to us. Why did that not block? Is this it? It feels like that's what I'm supposed to do with this combat. It's just... Okay. Yeah, I can see what they're going for, but it's gonna need some real... some real work on the feeling of the game. What they seem to be going for in terms of the setting is promising. New weapon. Equipments. Can't use. Needs 10 decks for a glaive. Okay. Maybe this will turn the combat into something a bit more... okay. Never mind. Yeah, the lack of combat kind of feel is unfortunately not working for me here. Right, so I need a point into decks. Okay. And now we can use the rusty glaive. Not as defensive, but I'm hoping has a significant extra reach. What that will actually mean for us, I don't know, let's find out. Oh. Yeah, this has got no feeling of impact or weight whatsoever. And that's kind of a problem. And you need to look, as much as I'm not necessarily a fan of No Rest for the Wicked, or at least I wasn't on release. Apparently they've done a lot of patches since. One thing that it did do was ensure that combat felt meaty. I'm going to put a load of points into health. Damage doesn't necessarily seem to be particularly an issue. It's the fact that enemies seem to massively chunk your health. I feel like the game's trying to put more of an emphasis on us switching between ranged and close combats. Trouble is, it doesn't really feel like that works very well. Professor Durillia? No one new has appeared here for a long time. Over the days and nights are changing faster and faster, and my chronometer is faulty, so it's difficult for me to judge the time. If you're looking for a place to camp, this place is the only safe haven for miles around the rift. Oh, okay. That's a lot. Thanks for taking the demo. Where have I taken it? We're actively working on the game. Good, because it's definitely not ready for release yet. And in the future, there will be new classes of heroes, non-player characters with stories, locations to explore, and battle with new opponents and bosses, monstrous spawns of the rift. You can complete the demo, or stay at the Seeker base, explore the workshop, and chat with the Professor. Does it have WASD movement? It does have WASD movement, so we could WASD this if we wanted to. And it does have the actual interface for it, so that's fine. General thoughts. I think if you are aiming to market this as as a Souls-like, then you need to ensure that your combat is appropriately weighty and has the kind of impact effects that people are going to expect. And right now, that's not here. Which, because this is a demo and it is in development, is okay. But in terms of first impressions, I suspect a lot of people will bounce off this just because whilst there's some promise in terms of what it's going for, the actual feel of the game right now feels a bit meh. And because you only get one opportunity to make a first impression, and because this was your opportunity to get as much hype as possible, like, there's this new isometric Souls-like and we've got a demo for NextFest, you realistically want the feel of your game, even if there's not a lot of content in the demo. You know, you've got a character class, you've got 2 weapons to try out or whatever. They have to feel good, because Souls players, including myself, and I'm trying not to be harsh here, we expect a certain degree of weight, and when we get floatiness, we tend to just dismiss the game and say, this doesn't feel good, because Souls games are all about that feel. But what I've seen of the setting seems quite interesting. I'm intrigued by the setting. Yeah. The fact that it's a more kind of, well, I don't want to say modern, but almost post-apocalyptic style thing. Temper and upgrade. Okay, so we've got our affinities. But yeah, the issue is... Okay. The issue is that the game doesn't feel good. You know, the systems seem fine, if a little bit generic. Yeah, thematically, it's quite interesting, but the feel of the game needs a good chunk of work in terms of the feel of hitting an enemy and the feel of the enemy impact. At the moment, it's very much like, your weapon's hitbox has passed through the enemy weapon's hitbox, and damage is done, as opposed to your weapon hits the enemy and it bounces off their armor, or your weapon hits them in the head and they snap back, or you can trip them up, or anything. As I said, look at how No Rest for the Wicked does it for a template, if you like, of not necessarily the systems, but how your game could develop the right kind of feeling that people are looking for. And also the character could really do with some decent shadows and stuff. It looks very, very stiff. Yeah, I mean, it's not an awful start. But equally not why is that set to stick everything on ultra? Oh! Well, that kind of massively changes the look of the game. Which option was... So what did I have on there? So I had... I turned shadows down to high. Okay, so it wasn't shadows. It must have been the... What was the other option that we had? Effects. So we had effects. Was it on medium? Keep shadows on. Ultra. If I put effects back on medium, is that what's... Yeah, that's just lightened it up, hasn't it? That's kind of weird. What happens if I turn effects all the way down to low? I'm intrigued now. Huh. So we had that on high. And we had that on medium. Huh. Unless there's just been a time of day change whilst I was in the menu. I don't know. Don't know what's happened there. That was kind of weird. Oh, there's a map. Yeah. So that was a look at Descensus. An interesting start. An interesting premise. But the execution is a bit floaty and weightless and lacking in impact right now. I can see some potential in this, but I should make this my tagline, shouldn't I? You should probably try the demo out for yourself. You know, if you find that, like I've done, that it just lacks any impact whatsoever, let me know down below, because sometimes I feel it's just me being a grumpy old man. But yeah, to me it just feels kind of weightless. What did you think of it? Let me know. Thank you very much for watching. This has been a bonus episode. My alarm is just about to go. That's the 30-minute timer. I think that's the closest I've gone to that. 30 minutes for Descensus. A start, but gonna need some work. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Stay fabulous. Cheerio. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.